So here is the new dashboard. So we're going to have a the size is going to be standard desktop browser, and then let's put a title up there, and we will update the title in a little bit. Okay, so bring in horizontal container. So we're going to use a horizontal container here because we want to make sure that we have the entire width available for our visuals. So if you want to organize them vertically, then you can use vertical container, or you want part of it horizontal, part of it vertical, that also is okay. So I'm going to bring in the dashboard inside the container, all right, or the title inside the container. So I'm going to put another horizontal container. So here you need to make sure that it goes horizontally. Right. So I have to scroll down to see where it is going. Okay, say they're like that. Okay, so now we have the two containers up and down. Okay, I'm going to bring in the sheet 1, and when we bring in sheet 1, so we get the sheet 1 visual in the container, and then here is another. It's not a container here, but the color legend gets set up here. All right. All right. So now let's get another horizontal container back like that, right? So now it's going to span the entire width, right? So make sure it spans the entire width. So now we bring in sheet 3 visual inside. Okay, so that's there. Okay, when we get sheet 3 visual, then the legend for the coloring of the bars, okay, is put here. So profit less than 5%. If it is true, we have dark gray, otherwise light gray. Okay. So and let's get another horizontal container and we'll put it here. Okay. Then bring in the legend into that container. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we want to move this legend right below here, because that legend is really for this visual. So instead of having it in some one corner, if you bring it down below, that would be better. So again, we'll put a horizontal. Okay, make sure that it's like that. Okay, so if you don't make sure that it spans the entire width, then you end up with something not what you want. Okay, so we can adjust the height here in a little bit. So now let's move this. So you need to select and make a crosshair like that, and then move it. Okay. So well, how do I? All right, I think we got it. Okay. So now we need to do some formatting here. So I reduce the, well, it should be inside the container. All right. So we have to do some formatting here as well. There is one more table that we want to bring in from sheet 2. Okay, and here is a container that we already have. We can move it into that container. Okay. All right. Now let's. There is one more thing that we have to do, and that is we want to use action filter for the order date year. So that means, okay, we want to filter by year. One way of doing that is, of course, adding here or here or here, anywhere, somewhere, a filter for order date, and then that filter that will be what, quick filter, and the quick filter will be in the dashboard, and we can use that. But that's not an ideal way of using filters in a dashboard. So there is something called action filter. So action filter, so you'll have a table, and you'll have the year there. Okay, then you can select an year by clicking on that table, and that action will filter the rest of the dashboard. So for that to work, we have to create a new visual. Okay, so where we'll have just the order date, right? So we have the order date going from 2012 to 2015, and we want the order dates to be in the table, which can then be selected, right? So we put order date into text, so you have the same order year displayed in the text. Okay, then we can hide the header, so all you have is that, and on the sheet title we can say select year. Okay. Okay, and let's make the font, maybe we can use, well, okay. All right, so now we go to dashboard. So let's bring in sheet 4, and we'll put it on top. Okay. So now we have to do some formatting. Okay. So okay, you want to avoid users having to scroll. Okay. So that's something that must be avoided as much as possible. Okay. So one way of doing that is to have extra space here, and maybe increase or decrease the column size. All right, so okay, here again we can change the format, and worksheet, okay, change the font size to, well, we want font size to be 8, right, header pane, okay, 8. All right, so it's still, and maybe we can decrease the so this is what I meant a couple of times back, where the concepts are pretty straightforward. It's these kinds of really painful work that we have to do. So, okay, so now it's better. Okay. Oh, this one is not good. All right, so it looks okay now.